Hi, it's Jane Brogan from Elna here, and today we're going to have a quick tour around the lovely Elna Extend 864 air thread overlocker. First of all, we're going to start with the manual. So again, nice manual, very easy to understand. All the information that you need about the machine is in here, including everything that comes with it. And we've got the whole information. Just have a quick flick through it when you get your overlocker. Come through, so it tells us how to thread it, how to set it up. Everything's in here. Getting the loopers if you need to with wires. So we've got the F-head. I will show you how to thread this because it's quite spectacular. And again, all the different types of stitches that you can do with it. Overlockers can be quite versatile, so I think most of us just think of them as like cutting and putting some seams together, but you can do all kinds of different things with them. So now I'm just going to have a quick look at what we actually get with the machine. I'll pop that to one side, put these over. So we have the little box, the little storage box with the machine, and again we've got little thread nets, so if you've got some threads that keep dropping down, they're quite tricky, just pop those on, that will help. We've got the little spanner and a spare blade. We've also got the little looper threader if you ever need to use that. We've got the spool caps, needles, cleaning brushes, bit of oil, everything that you would expect with it, and it comes with a standard foot on as well, and also the tweezers. A pair of tweezers are your best friend when you're using the overlocker. So now I'm going to give you a quick tour around the machine and then we'll thread. So now we're just going to have a quick tour around the machine and then we'll thread it up for you. So again, we have a waste tray with the machine which comes off. This collects everything while you're trimming. Pop that to one side. We've got the stitch on here. See the stitch length on here and the differential feed. They're all on one dial and they move independently of each other. Again, we've got the thread stand, telescopic, which we can take right down or back up again. It's really handy for storage. I keep mine in a little unit so I can just pop that down out of the way. And once again, I would always recommend threading with the different colours, so green, red, blue and a yellow or an orange when you first start, so you know which thread forms which part of the stitch. So if you've got any tensions to alter, then you know which tension it is that you need to be looking at. Again, the machine opens here. This is the inside. The nice thing with this, it won't sew if you've got anything open. If it's not closed properly, then it will not sew if you put your foot on it by accident. So here, I'm going to show you how to thread this in a minute. I'm going to pop this closed again, just for 1 second. Let me just have a look and see if we can get these little dials here. So we've got here, this is for taking the blade down, so it's really lovely. So you can just take it in, turn it down, and the blade's gone. Turn it a full rotation and the blade will pop back up again for you. And again, this is the cutting width dial here, and we've got the little lever here to set it for standard or rolled hem. Very easy to change. So it's just worth having a little look at those and getting familiar with them. So now we're going to actually thread the machine. So initially we need to look at the little lever here. This is in sewing mode, so I want to take it across into threading mode. And we've got the little dial here, which again tells me which thread. So I'm going to pop this one in first. I'm going to take the flywheel here and just turn it. And you will see in a minute when the little marks line up that little tubes have popped across here. So the thread will go straight through. And this is for the air on it. So I've already popped these on. So again, the same as with your sewing machine, make sure the presser foot's up when you start threading to open the tension. So it's down, down. I may actually have to just pop round to see this. There we go. Down. Take that round a little bit. This is where the tweezers come in really, really handy. So it's just take and keep it fairly close to the end of the thread and you pop it down inside here. I would normally just pop a coloured thread in at first. Make sure you've got enough of a loop. And now we've got it threaded. So that was so quick and easy to do. So now I want to thread the other looper. So I'm going to turn the little switch across so it's pointing to that one. And again, we'll get the thread, take it down, press the foot still up. Make sure that you clip it behind the tension here as well. Pop the little lever up. Take that one. A little bit of thread in. Oops. There we go. And take that, and it should shoot out of this looper here. So those are the loopers threaded now. So it's so straight. It is so straightforward to thread these loopers. Really easy. And it's the one thing that a lot of people are frightened of with overlockers, that you don't need to be with this. So I'm going to put this back to sewing now. If I don't switch it back to sewing, I can't actually close the front of the machine. So it's a nice feature for you there if you forget, which I quite often do. So I'm going to take this back here, back on sewing mode, close the machine. And we've also got a needle threader on this machine, which is really handy. So again, I press the foots up, I thread the needles, so it's going through, down, and this then goes along and over and through and through. I'm going to put both threads through before I thread it. So the second thread, again under, through, round and round. Again, this is quite self-explanatory in the manual for you. Now I've got the threads there, I'm going to put the presser foot down to put some pressure, to put some tension back on it so they don't just keep pulling through. So now we've put the thread ready to thread through the needles. So now we'll have a look at how we do that using the needle threader. So I'm now going to make sure the needle threader is pushed across to the right, then comes down, and take this one out of the way, pop it through here, under the needle threader, and take it up fairly slowly. You've got to be quite firm with them, but not too firm. And then we're threaded, it's done, quite straightforward. And again, just pop it through with your tweezers. To do the left needle, we can take this across to the left, put it into position, and we're coming down, and we're coming through the guides here. So you've got two, I'll just show you it. So you've got two thread guides, one here and through the back here. And then exactly the same underneath, tuck it underneath the needle threader and take it up fairly slowly, and we've threaded both needles. Put that underneath. So now we've threaded the machine, we can now get ready to start sewing. So we need to close the front, and then we're ready to go. Make sure we've got our stitch length right, differential feeds on 1, and then we're good to go.